Hello, let's get into the new chapter, Empowerment of Women and Other Weaker Sections. Women had participated extensively in the freedom struggle. Women have also made important contributions in all fields in the post-independence period too. That is what we will study in this chapter, as all the laws enacted for women and other weaker sections. We have a table first here. Number of women per 1000 men from 1951 to 2001. Find out the reasons why the number of women for 1000 men in the population has been decreasing. Okay, the chapter. When we study the condition of women in India, we realize that the roots of several of the problems they face lie in the mentality of men. Even in the 21st century, we have been not able to get rid of ourselves of this male-centered mentality. Vinoba Bhave made use of women power in the Bodhan movement, which he had started placing his faith in Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy. Women volunteers carried this message of Bodhan to all the parts of India. Women played a significant role in the Telangana peasants' armed struggle, which challenged the rule of Nizams and the feudal system. As their region became free from bonded labor, women also found freedom from this torment. Manifestation of women power. Women who have faced the brunt of scarcity of supplies and rising prices gave the show of their strength as they organized identity in 1972. Under the leadership of the socialist leader Mrinal Gaur, women in Mumbai participated in the demonstration which came to known as Lante Mocha, the rolling pin demonstration. Commodities like oil, ghee, rava, maida would become scarce. The Diwali was near at hand. Kerosene had become very expensive. Women came together, brandishing their rolling pins, and took part in the demonstration. This movement met with success, and public got a glimpse of the united power of women, the Chipko movement. And the show of constructive women power was seen during the Chipko movement in 1973. Trees from the forest of the foothills of the Himalayas were being cut down for the commercial purpose. Chandi Prasad Dutt and Sundarlal Bahugana had started the movement to prevent this. Women followed this tragedy of holding hands and encircling each tree, as their method consisted of preventing and protecting the tree by embracing it. The movement came to be known as the Chipko movement. Women took part in it in large numbers. Women had a big role in the play of agriculture economy in the region. Gaura Devi was an activist who created this awareness among the women with the help of Sudesha Devi and Bhashani Devi. Anti-Leka movement. In 1992, in Andhra Pradesh, a movement was started against drinking of alcohol. It received a good response in other states too. When the head of household dies and untimely death due to the addiction of alcohol, the family faces a serious crisis which affects the women the most. Due to alcoholism, they have to deal with extreme sorrow and poverty. This movement has got support in anti-Arak movement in Andhra Pradesh. As a result of the government policy, Arak, a locally produced alcohol dealers, set up shops in every town and village. The poor laboring people began to get addicted to alcohol. At the same time, the literacy program was being run at the villages of the state. The Sita's story was narrated as a part of this program. It was a story about Sita, who creates awareness among the people of the villages and gets alcohol to be banned in the village. In 1992, 3 youths of the Bubuganta village of Nellore district in Andhra Pradesh drowned in a lake in a state of inebriation and died. In this incident, the women of the village came together and forced the closure of Arak shops. The report of this news in the local newspaper and had its effects on many other villages. The movement spread at the entire state, and the government had to adopt the strict policy against the sale of alcohol. International Women's Year. The United Nations has declared 1975 as the International Women's Year. The three aspects of this program was peace, development, and equality between men and women. In 1975, the Government of India constituted a Committee of Status of Women and appointed Dr. Um, Fulrenu Guha as its chairman. A comprehensive survey was conducted on several issues such as social position of women, the status, the consequences of constitutional provisions made for women, as also education of women and its percentage, the progress due to education, difficulties faced by working women, the position of women with respect to work and livelihood, the wages relative to men's wages, the female and male ratio, the birth and mortality rates, the role of women. Taking into consideration this entire background, the statewide conference for women was held in 1975, organized by the Sri Mukti Sangarsha Samiti. Women from all the walks of life regions participated in it. The Samiti established its manifesto in 1978. The policy of the struggle against the discrimination on the basis of gender, caste, and varna was adopted. This gave rise to the collection of songs like uh, Sri Muktishi Lal Khari, the street play called Mulge Jali Ho by Jyoti Hapshekar, and a periodical called as Prekrak Lalkari, which became their mouthpiece, and other such programs. In 1977, groups like the Sri Mukti Andolan Samiti, established by the Saudamini Rao in Pune, Dayaga, a fortnighty, and also the Sri Yuchau Maitran and the Sri Anyaya Virodhini Manch in Aurangabad, Mahila Dakshata Samiti in Kolhapur, Mahila Hakka in Nasik, Nari Prabodhan Manch in Latur was formed. Anti-divorce protection committees were formed all over Maharashtra. A conference to protest against oppression of women was organized in Dhul city. Divya Bal's periodicals like Nari Sahata Manch, Milun Saryagani, and also the work of Samajwadi Mahila Sabha and the Krantikari Mahila Sangatana were of great help in dealing with women's issues. The Employment Guarantee Scheme in Maharashtra also helped to empower women. The Parimala Dandavathe established the Mahila Dakshata Samiti in Delhi in 1976. Branches of Samiti came up with the states of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and Punjab. The Communist Party established the Akhil Bharatiya Janavadi Mahila Sangathana in 1980. Efforts were made to start branches of this organization in all the parts of India. The Sangathana started a struggle against issues like dowry, female feticide, domestic abuse. Research on women's issues were undertaken at serious levels. Women's study centers were started at the women's first universities. The Srimati Matibai Damodar Takarshi SNDT Women's University, Mumbai, and at Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai, Savitrabai Phule Pune University, the Shivaji University, Kolhapur. These centers played an important role in critical analysis and in development a vision of women's issue. Laws of women. The law enacted in 1952 recognizes women's right to alimony and their share in father's property. Her right to Stridhan was recognized. Polygamy was made illegal, and women, just like men, got the right to sue for dowry. It was a law that took one step forward concerning women's issue over the following decade. The Dowry Prohibition Act of 1961 made both giving and taking of this dowry a cognizable crime offense. This dismantled the dowry tradition by its rules and further encouraged the social movement. The law alleviated the distress to women caused by the undesired tradition of dowry. The Maternity Benefit Act, which gave women the right to get a leave from work at time of childbirth, also came into force in 1961. Awareness against dowry tradition. Even after the enactment of the anti-dowry law, incidents like women burns to death as sari pallu catches fire while cooking, and women slips into well while washing clothes, drowns and dies continue to be repeated. Investigations still reveal dowry to be the most frequent cause of such deaths. The role of police, the administration, and judiciary was highlighted. This created greater awareness. As a result, the Dowry Prohibition Amendment Act came into the force in 1984. In 1988, 2,209 women died the victim of dowry tradition. In 1990, the number of dowry deaths was 4,835, and in 1993 it was 5,377. These numbers were oppressed upon a series of issues. Family courts. In 1984, family courts were established to resolve conflicts arising out of the difference between marriage and domestic problems, as well as issues such as alimony, single parenthood, separation, care for children, and ownership, which are related to the family situation. These family courts give priority to mutual understanding over witness and evidence, and to the counselors over lawyers. Emphasis is on resolving issues quickly but justly. Trial involving alimony. 1985. A fixed amount paid to be a married woman for her upkeep by the husband who has divorced her is called alimony. In the case of Muhammad Ahmad Khan versus Shah Banu Begum, the Supreme Court gave the verdict that Shah Banu Begum had the right to alimony. However, the religious organization protested vociferously against the verdict. As a result, the Muslim Women Act, Protection of Right of Dowry, was passed by the Parliament. The Commission of Sati Prevention Act. On 4th of September 1987, Roop Kanwar, a married woman, committed sati. She did not do this on her own free will. She was coerced into doing so. Committing sati, glorifying the practice of sati, were illegal acts. The women activists and journalists Nima Menon, Gitu Sheshu, Sujata Anandan, Anu Joseph, and Kalpana Sharma investigated the case. In 1998, the government passed the Sati Prevention Act with very stringent provisions. Protection of Human Rights Acts. In 1993, this law was enacted to prevent injustice to men and women. The National Human Rights Commission was also formed for this purpose. In some states, the State Human Rights Commission were also formed on the same lines. This law, which deals with the collective oppression, the social conditions of divorced women, and secure workplaces, played an effective role in mitigating injustice to women. Reservation for women. On 73rd and 74th Amendments of Constitution provide for reservation of one-third of the seats of women in Gram Panchayats, Panchayat Samitis, Jilla Parishads, municipalities and municipal corporations, as well as for the post of Sarpanch, Chairman and Mayor. Maharashtra and 15 other states have reserved 50% seats for women. This provision provides women this opportunity to participate in the business of the community. In the post-independent period, the Constitution of India accepted the principle of equality of men and women. Hence, women got the important political right to vote. Women got equal right to education and to work on par with men. Inhuman practices like sati, dowry, and polygamy was banned by law. women's right to sue for dowry was recognized. They got an lawful share in property. In local self-government bodies, seats were reserved for women. Say they would have just their the just share of political power. We see that today that due to these provisions, women have begun to get educated and to earn. Also, due to the idea of women's liberalization, women are developing a sense of self. They have begun to practice authentically and with determination in all fields in education, learning, money, administration, politics, and etc. Here we have information box. Women chief ministers in India. We have list of chief ministers here. We'll look. Susheta Kripalani, Uttar Pradesh; Nandini Satpathy, Odisha; Jayalalitha, Tamil Nadu; Mayawati, Uttar Pradesh; Vasudhara Raje, Rajasthan; Mamata Banerjee, West Bengal; uh, Rabdi Devi, Bihar; Anandimben Patel, Gujarat; Sheila Dixit, Delhi; Mehbooba Mufti Syed, Kashmir; Uma Bharati, Madhya Pradesh; Rajendra Kaur Dathal, Punjab; Sushma Swaraj, Delhi; Shashikala Kakodkar, Goa; Syed Anwar Tainur, Assam; Janaki Ramachandran, Tamil Nadu are all women who led their states as chief minister. Have another box over here. A demonstration was held in New York on 8 March 1857. It was the first demonstration by working women, and the demands were for working hours, proper remuneration, provision of crutches, etc. On 8 March 1909, women went on strike for the very same demands, and it is why this day was declared as Women's Struggle Day at the Women's Socialist International, a conference held at Denmark. The year 1975 was observed as the International Women's Year, and in 1977, 8th March was declared as the International Women's Day by the resolution passed in the General Assembly of the United Nations. Next topic, scheduled castes. In the post-independence period, our Constitution adopted the value of freedom, equality, fraternity, and social justice. In accordance to this, the practice of the untouchability was banned by law. Untouchability was removed by the 17th paragraph of the Constitution, and this class was included as the scheduled caste. In view of education and social backwardness of this caste, they were given reservation in education as well as jobs to facilitate their development. Scheduled tribes. Just like the scheduled caste, the scheduled tribes are the Adivasis who live in the remote parts of the country also face several difficulties. As they have lived far away from the progress made in the modern times, they were economically and socially background. Even though their conditions have been some improvement in recent years, they do not have any means of livelihood other than agriculture or forest produce. Modern farming implements have not yet reached them, hence their income from agriculture is very small. Besides, the fields around hillsides are not fertile. They are malnourished due to the insufficient and poor quality of diet. Adivasis in remote areas find it difficult to get medical attention for time. For all these reasons, they need to be given special protection to Adivasis. In the Indian constitutions, Adivasis has been enumerated as scheduled tribes. They are getting given representation on law boards, education, government services, etc. Nomadic and denotified tribes. Castes and tribes that move from place to place from their livelihood are included as nomadic tribes. They live by rearing animals and engaging in some other occupations. The British had declared some of them as criminal tribes. In the law of 1871 to curb crimes, some of the main groups were mentioned as criminal tribes, and their occupation and movements were banned. This unjust law was repealed in the post-independence period, and the curbs of these tribes were lifted. They were included under denotified tribes. Special efforts were made by the government for the purpose of their social and economical development. These tribes have been given representation in educational institutions and government sectors. Last topic, minorities. In any society, a group of people of a particular religion, language, or race who have a few in number are termed as minority. As there are various religions, sects, and languages in our country, we see great cultural diversity in the variation in cultural traditions too. In order to preserve their cultural traditions and develop their own language, the Constitution gives the citizens such educational and cultural rights. Minorities have the right to protect and conserve their language, culture, and tradition. For this purpose, they have the right to set up separate educational institutions. The government implements several schemes for this progress. In the next chapter, we shall learn about the progress that India has made in the field of science and technology in the post-independence period. Next, we have an exercise over there. Do complete the exercise, and lastly, we have a task. First one, obtain some information about the work of Mahila Sabhas in rural areas. Second one, prepare a portfolio about women who has achieved notable success in various fields. Third one, obtain some information and write a note about women's microcredit groups. That's the end of the chapter. I hope you guys understood it, and thank you.